Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is her mother Chuck and Opinion. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again to watch a video of mine and to listen to me. You guys, it means a lot to me to have you guys listening to my content and subscribing and just commenting. It means the world. I am deeply humbled by it all. So let's go ahead and get right into this disclaimer. If you are interested in hearing from a woman's mouth, a balanced perspective, I don't pick sides, I don't bully, I don't bash, I don't threaten, I don't harass. I don't do any of that crazy stuff, okay? So if you're looking to listen to a woman who just is really accountable, is big on accountability, I'm very big on just keeping it honest, being very morally sound, and just going with what's right, regardless of the gender, regardless of the race. I just care about what's right. So if that's something like what you're interested in, then this is the right channel for you. And I would like to have you as a part of my family here on YouTube. So as you can see by the title, what this video is gonna kind of going to be about. So admittedly, I seen someone leave a comment on my Kiki Palmer video, which is now at around 10,000 views. You guys, my mind is blown. He left a comment talking about how courts generally favor women. So I wanted to take a spin off of that and to make a video regarding that because I feel like this video is going to be very helpful for the gentlemen and for the real fathers out there. Please stand up, okay? So for the men who are really trying their best to fight for custody or to get, um, shared custody of their children, but the court system is just not working with you. I'm going to tell you some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way that I've had plenty of single fathers share with me. I've dated single fathers who had custody of their children, and I've always been under this belief that becoming a single father, having full custody of your child is just something that's just so rare, it's so hard, it's so just I've just been conditioned to believe that until I've been taught and told by these men that no, absolutely, it was not that difficult at all, and the steps that they took. So, the first thing that I want to say is this is going to be the harsh truth, but this is to the men out there. If you're not married to the woman, do not get her pregnant. This is going to be the hardest thing to receive in this entire video, but it should be the easiest. If she is not your wife, like legally, like on documents, if she is not your wife, avoid getting her pregnant. I say this because this one simple step can help to erase so many problems in our community. But of course, I will get fought back on that. I will have people in my comment section that just fully disagree with that statement, tries to come up with excuses. Look, the sperm comes out of your penis. No one can force the sperm out of your penis. Stop releasing the sperm out of your penis into the vagina of a woman that is not your wife. Period. Okay. Um, in most states, I think in like I don't say it's in every state like that, but something between like 40 out of 50 states, right? If a child is conceived to your wife, you are automatically legitimized as the father of that child. However, if this child was conceived out of wedlock, then you are not automatically legitimized as the father of that child. So, a lot of times I've heard men talk about how they've had long term girlfriends or their baby mamas. These women will kind of, you know, um, do the manipulation tactic of if you ask for a DNA test of the child, they will guilt trip you by saying, "What, you don't trust me? You think that I'm cheating on you?" They will basically manipulate you and get upset with you because you want to know without a shadow of a doubt that the child is yours. Do not fall for this manipulation, okay? Some women are privy that they're manipulating, and some women have just been so conditioned that if the man that they've been with for years asks them something like that, that is automatically an issue and that he doesn't trust her and all of that. They've been conditioned. So they become very angry quickly when a man asks that of them. But do not fall for this manipulation or do not fall for the anger or the emotions. Just stick to what it is and get the DNA test. This is going to help you to legitimize that child so that you have your father rights, okay? Contrary to popular belief, mother's rights and father's rights, they weigh 50-50. It's not one over the other. The reason why courts tend to favor the mother is because a lot of times the child was conceived out of wedlock, and unfortunately, mother's baby, daddy's maybe. That's just how it is due to the fact that you do have some women that are disloyal and that have cheated on their partners. So they can't go based on the fact that you just merely showed up to the birthing. They can't go based on the fact that you signed the birth certificate. None of those things literally prove without a shadow of a doubt that that is actually your child. So that's why you can show up to the birth. You can show up to all the doctor's appointments. You can sign the birth certificate, but at the end of the day, you won't have those father rights if y'all are not married. That's exactly why, because that does not guarantee blood. But in the eyes of the legal system, if you all are married prior to the conception of the child, then that more so guarantees blood, which realistically it doesn't, but just in the eyes of the court, if you are legally married, it guarantees that you're covered on that end. So to bring this all back together, um, go and get the go and get your DNA test for your child so that you can have it legitimized as your child. Once you do this, you get the proof without a shadow of a doubt that 99.999% this is your child. Then you have legitimized your child. Therefore, you are, without a shadow of a doubt, you have those father rights. You have those paternal rights, those parent rights, just as much as the mother does. So, in the case of a mother is trying to keep you away from your child, then you are within your rights because you have this child legitimized and this is actually your child. You have the documentation, you have everything you need. This is your baby without a shadow of a doubt. You go to the court system as long as you can prove that you are doing what you need to do. You have a shelter, a home over your head. You are a stable adult. You do not partake in criminality. You have a job to where you can provide for yourself and you are doing fine. Basically, you are an upstanding adult, an upstanding citizen. Then you have a very good chance at winning custody over your child, especially when you can prove that your child is far better off with you than the mother. So, these are things that I know. These are not things that I'm speculating. Like I said, I know these things without a shadow of a doubt that this is the truth that is coming out of my mouth. And I want you guys to really listen and really pay attention to the things that I'm saying in this video. If she's not your wife, do not impregnate her. We need to be honest. Men have to be held accountable as well. Yes, sex takes two people, but it only takes one to release that life force out of their genitalia into the genitalia of a woman and spark the creation of a life. So if you're following me, if you as the man decide to, for whatever reason, release your semen into her vagina and that results in a pregnancy and y'all are not married, the very thing that you need to do when the child is born is to get that DNA test. Most hospitals are going to allow you to get that DNA test free of charge when the child has just been born. So, right during birth, almost immediately, when doctors are running tests on the infant, making sure the infant is healthy, making sure the infant doesn't have any diseases, any, anything going on with like, the blood work or, anything genetically going on, they're running tests on the child, they're pulling blood from the child. Go ahead and get your DNA test then so that you can already have this paperwork in hand that this is your child, so that if the mother does try to pull this stunt in the future, you have just as much of a way as she has. A lot of times, y'all don't have as much of the weight because y'all conceive this child out of wedlock. This is your baby mama. This is a one night stand. This is your long term girlfriend that you never decided to marry. You guys get pregnant. She has the baby. You sign the birth certificate, you are there for the birth, and you think that's the end of it. And then y'all get into it, y'all start bickering. She takes the child and moves, and you try to call the police. The police is not on your side because you don't have any documentation that can prove without a shadow of a doubt that this is your child. Just signing the birth certificate is not enough. I don't know how much I need to repeat this. It's not fair, but this is the way it is because the baby literally comes out of the mother. Is no denying that this is the mother's child. But because there are occurrences where women do cheat. Women are not perfect and women are not without flaws. There are women that have cheated on their boyfriends, on their fiancés, on their baby daddies, right? So they can't just say, oh, he's here for the birth, he signed the birth certificate, that's automatically his child. They can't say that. They can't say that legally without a shadow of a doubt that that is your child. So that's why it's important to get the blood work done so that you can have this child legitimized. If you are confused, look up child legitimization in your state so that it can further instruct you on what to do. And you will see for yourself that what I am saying is absolute facts. And I'm not here to pull your foot. I'm here to educate you so that you guys can stop hopping online and preaching that same rhetoric. Arm yourself with the document. Arm yourself with the proof that you need so that you have a fight and what happens to your child once your child is born. So that you have a ground to stand on when it comes to if that woman is trying to be, vindictive and take this child away from you, you can call the police and say, hey, this is my child. I have this child legitimized. I have the documentations to prove it. This is my child. She's not allowing me to see my child. And you are going to be taken much more serious than someone you call, the police comes, you have no documentation to prove that this is actually your child, no DNA test at all. The police, what does the police look like vouching for you? And then you weren't married to the mother. What does the police look like vouching for you? That for a child and bringing a child back to you, bringing a child to you, if you can't even prove that this is actually your child. Just think about it from a safety perspective as well. Legally, they cannot go and take a child from the mother and bring the child to you when you have no proof proving that that's actually your child. Besides, I signed the birth certificate or I was there for the birth. That's simply not enough. So I know I repeated things a couple times during this video, and that is by intention that I did that so that you guys can hear it over and over and it can drive the point home. So I am here enjoying a family's get together, so excuse if you heard a little bit noise. I was trying to stay focused during this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next video. I have my wave cap on, you guys. I have my hair in like these finger waves, so I got the wave cap on in my hat. You guys excuse me, okay? But I will catch you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.